And for your information, reading paper, which is paper 1, is for now the most difficult paper of your SPM. Okay, the most difficult paper for your SPM is reading paper. Alright, before this, alright, you always have this idea that writing, alright, is the most difficult paper. But for the new format, reading is now the most difficult paper. Alright? Alright, so for today, alright, our second slot, we're going to be talking about speaking. Alright? And for speaking, today you'll be learning about the formats, okay, what to expect in speaking paper, and also the scoring for speaking paper. So knowing how your speaking is scored will actually help you perform in your speaking. Alright? Okay, before we start, do I have Naufal? Naufal, are you here, Naufal? Can I have, let's see, Naufal, are you here, Naufal? I don't see Naufal here. Alright, let's just have, yeah, Naufal is just coming. Naufal, are you there? Naufal? Can you use your microphone, Naufal? Alright, understood. Okay, can I have Akili? Akili, please you said you don't want football batch. Akili?
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا من خزائن رحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي آمين.
Okay. Alright, as we are having more people joining in. Alright. Again, today's lesson, alright, it's not a lesson actually, alright? This is just more like in introducing to you the format, alright? Why it is echoing? Is it echoing right now?
Nope, just fine.
No, just fine.
No, sir. Okay.
Okay. Now, you can always use the feature that you can see. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand. All right, you can see it. There's a button down there. If not, then you can just simply use the chat room. Okay, the chat room to ask questions. I will try to entertain questions from you, answer a lot of questions. I don't plan to give too much into hours. I plan to have more discussion into hours. Okay. Right, now let's begin with our session today. Alright. Yeah. Who is Anik? Anik, yes. Do you have anything to ask Anik? No. Okay, so let's begin. I know you're trying to have the new function. This is actually a new Google Meet. This is the one that is being paid. All right. I have to pay for this one so that you don't, simply able to kick people out. So this one here should be able to accept 150 at least. All right. So let's begin. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Please make sure that you are ready to, take notes, yeah? You're ready to take notes. Okay. let's look at this. All right, can you see what's on the screen? Yes, people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you. Okay. Now, most people will say action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. But to some people, words can actually hurt more. All right? Do you agree with this? Action and words. Words can actually hurt more. All right? Hadith says true. Right? Yeah, it is. Right? To some people they prefer more action. Action will actually give out that, that feeling of being hurtful even more than words, right? I would like to highlight the importance of speaking. Okay, why do we need to speak? Why do we need speaking in SPM? That's for sure. That's a lot of people has been asking me that question. Why do we need speaking in SPM? All right, for the previous format, okay, that ended last year, speaking was a part of SPM. Okay, they put speaking as paper 3, and that speaking, all right, was not a very complete test, meaning it did not really test your ability to speak English in different situations and also with different functions. Okay, so why do we need to have speaking paper in SPM? Okay, it's a new requirement for KSSM CEFR. All right, CEFR is a syllabus used in many parts of the world. Right, it's used in UK. It's used in some of the Commonwealth countries. So basically, what we have for English is a hybrid of KSSM and also Cambridge syllabus. All right, Cambridge syllabus. So this is a new requirement. Like it or not, we have to face it. And you are the first batch. All right. It is also a part of the 4 skill testing exam paper. 4 skills. There are 4 skills. That's what we have 4 papers for SPM. Before this, they separated the skills. Actually, before this, they combined the skills. But for this one, they are separating the skills. Easier for them, all right, for us to actually see which skill you are good at, which skill you are not really good at. All right. So for language, it's all about the 4 skills. There's nothing else. All right. It's all about the 4 skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. All right. All these 4 skills. All right. Now, number 3. Why speaking in SPM? To prepare you guys with real life situations. Now, this is where in speaking exam, you can see that you can use it to actually function in the society. One of the real life situations that you might be or you need to use English, especially speaking, would be when you are sitting for an interview. Okay? You are sitting in an interview. Another one would be when you need to have discussion, right, with other people in, school, right? In school, at work, when you're working one day, you have to have, it's not just about you trying to tell them what you think and they tell you what they think. It's about how to discuss, how to give and take, how to take turn in speaking. So these are the skills, all right, minor skills that you have in speaking, Alright? So these are the things that you need to master before you can actually sit for your speaking test. And for SPM, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Alright? Number 4, one of the skills we often use, but the least we developed. One of the skills we often use, but the least we developed. A lot of people, they know how to talk, they talk, right? They can talk non-stop. But is it like, I'm just giving you one example, right? Sometimes when you listen to, wait a second, is it already going more than 100? It should be okay for me to go more than 100. Was it a full house in the first part, people? People, was it a full house in slot number 1? Hello, people. Can you hear my voice? Oh, okay, right. You can. Wait a sec. There should be no problem with me accepting more people. It's okay, right? Let's see whether Aika Raza is coming back or not.
Sir, your mic.
The mic mute.
Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Sorry. Okay, speaking ability. All right. To most people, they are more superior. They are far superior than other skills in English. People see speaking good English, right, would make you look smart. Okay, would make you look smart. I don't know. Some people they think it that way, but in Malaysia, that's the reality. All right. So it doesn't matter what type of knowledge you have with you. All right, you have it. You keeping it in your mind. But if you're not able to speak out the idea, you're not able to deliver what you have with you with good English, whatever that you're trying to deliver, whatever that is it that you want to speak will be smooth. All right. So when that thing happens, all right. I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter because you're not able to let other people know, all right, what's in your mind, all right, and you're not able to convince people what's in your mind. You're not able to convince them with that because you're not able to speak, all right. So speaking in Malaysia setting, all right, in Malaysia, if you live in Malaysia, all right, trust me, people will look up at you, all right. They will feel like you are, if you're a student, you're the best student, definitely, because you're able to speak English, all right? But this is reality. It's all about perception, all right? What people think. Okay, I'm going to admit. Yeah, it's in. Somebody went out, I guess. All right. This is the version that I picked. You should be able to accept 150. Okay, right. Never mind. Let's move on. Aikal, you're there, Aikal? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's do a little bit of warm up. All right, I want to know more about your concern in speaking. All right, I want to know more about your concern in speaking. So I'm going to give you a link to a survey. All right, just give me a moment. I'm going to give you the link, and I am going to, just please give me a moment for me to upload the link to the group. All right. All right, please give me a few moments, people. Try. All right. Okay, the link should be there in your. All right, the link should be there. Okay, please click that link. All right, please click that link. All right, it should bring you to this. Let me share the screen. All right. Are you able to get to this? Okay, fine. Now, start answering, people. All right? I need you to list out all your fears. All right? I want you to list out all your fears. Right? Don't look at your friend's answer. Just, put whatever answers here. Or maybe I'm not going to share the screen. It would be better. All right? And after that, we'll check. All right. Go ahead, people. Write down all the. You can answer many times. Don't worry. Right? So you can list all your fears when you speak English in public. You can even light your friend's answer. All right? Okay, I'm giving you another perhaps 2 more minutes in case you want to write more, right? Because you don't only have one fear, but you have many fears when it comes to speaking. And focus on speaking. So I'm giving you another 2 more minutes, and after that I'm going to stop this. All right? And then we'll see. All right? Okay, 1 more minute, yeah, people? 1 more minute. Okay, I'm going to stop you now. Alright? So no more responses. No more responses, people. No more responses, please. Okay? No more responses. Alright. Let's have a look. Okay? What is the biggest fear when it comes to speaking? What is the biggest fear when it comes to speaking? Alright? And as you can see here, alright, the answers are still developing. Alright? Answers are still developing. Alright? But I would like to bring your attention to the one in the middle. Alright? The biggest one in the middle. Okay? The biggest one, which is nervous. So this is, I believe the majority of you would have this, this problem when it comes to speaking. Nervous. You just be nervous. And from there comes different problems. Alright? Comes different problems. Like, you feel weird, you feel like people are not paying attention at you, you feel that, you feel this. So all the negative thoughts will come because of you being nervous. Alright? And then if you can see the second one, grammar mistakes. Right? Grammar mistake. That's also a problem, but still, it all would start from being nervous. So here, the best way the best way for you to get rid of your nervousness or your anxiety when you're speaking is to speak. There is no other way. Alright? There is no other way. You feel nervous because you don't really use English at home or in your conversation. You don't use this. Alright? I would like to bring your attention to you as MRSM students, alright? And you being within the circle of your friends who are also MRSM students. Why don't, in the name of academic, in the name of SPM, speak English among yourself? Right? You need to create that opportunity. Can you get that, people? You need to create that opportunity to speak. And the only person or people you can do that would be with your friends. But this one here, alright, everybody, all 104 of you, will need to have a clear objective, which is you are speaking to each other, alright, no matter how bad your grammar is, you speak to each other, and again, like I said, just because you want to improve your English, and also that one, number one, the one in the middle there, you don't want to get too anxious, too nervous when you speak. Alright? So that is the first problem that I can see here. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Right, try to answer this. Right? How was your experience in the last semester speaking examination? I need to know, what do you feel? Right. If possible, just once, yeah? Try to answer this once. At least we can see, yeah? We can see we have a good data. Alright, from here you can see not so many people feel great and good about their last experience in speaking examination. I don't really blame you for not being happy, alright? Or you're just feeling average with your performance. That was the first speaking examination, alright? That was the first speaking examination. So, understandable, alright? Understandable. Alright, do we have more response? More responses from you guys? I think we can see, we can see the picture, alright? We can see the picture here. So let's turn number 3 and number 4, average and not happy, to number 1 and number 2, alright? In your next speaking examination. For your information, speaking examination for SPMRSAM is scheduled to take place next month. However, they may change that, considering that you are all coming back to MRSAM grade somewhere in September. Again, provided that the MKN allowed school to do so. Okay. All right. Let's go to the third questions. All right. What can you do to improve your speaking? What can you do to improve your speaking? Right, come on. That's your answer. What can you do to improve your speaking? This one here should come from you. Should come from you. Okay, you can, you can try answering many times with different strategies, different ways to improve your speaking. Okay, I'm giving you about another perhaps 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes before we look at what you, not me, not other teachers, but what you can do to improve your speaking. Okay. Put it in the in the survey. I like that when you have the idea that you should speak in front of a mirror. Go ahead, right? Because there's nothing wrong. Because the purpose is for you to improve. All right. If you don't start now, when are you going to start? All right. If you don't start now, when are you going to start? So you have 1 more minute. All right. 1 more minute before we look at your idea on how to improve your speaking. Okay, I'm going to stop you now. All right, I'm going to stop you now, and please stop responding. Yeah, stop responding in the survey. Stop responding in the survey. Let's have a look at what you can do to improve. All right. Okay, it's very interesting to see the biggest one. All right, would be reading. So you have to read. Have you started reading? That's the question, right? Reading will make you speak better, all right? That is your idea. Go ahead, because there's no wrong, right? There's no false, there's no true way to improve speaking. Everything depends on you individually. Some people, they don't like to read, right? They would like to sing, like we see here, singing. Go ahead. All right, singing. Some people they watch movies. Some people they speak with their friends. There's so many ways on how you can improve. All right, on your speaking. So there's no one strategy that will fit everyone. There's no one thing that can go with everyone. Everyone is special. Everyone has his or her own way to speak, to improve speaking. All right. Again, the problem here: when are you going to start? Okay. When are you going to start? So ask yourself. All right. So, okay, at least you have some idea, all right, on how to improve your speaking, all right, in which this whole thing comes from you. You have all the resources at home, people, all right, you have all the resources at home. You're able to go online. You're able to do that and this. You're with your family, all right, and then when you come back to school, I would want to see you speak English. All right, don't be shy. Don't throw other people for speaking English. All right, set the mind straight. That will get rid of all your anxiety and nervousness. Okay, and the rest will come from your teacher. Your teacher will be teaching you. Okay, the technique is like this. Before you speak, you should do this. All right, those are all extra things that will help you. But the main thing, if you're nervous, we teachers, we can't do anything about it. It has to come from you, right? Okay, so we're gonna end this, all right? Let's go back to your lesson. Okay, now let's start with looking at the format, yeah? And also the marking criteria in speaking exam. Can I move on, people, with this one? Yes? No? It might be a little bit echoing, so you can always put your response in the chat room, yeah? Put your response in the chat room. Okay, can I move on with the format and the marking criteria in speaking exam? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Everybody. All right, yes, thank you, everybody. Okay, now this is going to be a little bit technical, but I will try my best because I need to spend more time listening to some of you speaking. Okay, some of you speaking. So let's look at the format and the marking criteria. Okay, this is the format of the SPM marking. All right, you can always zoom in, yeah, if you're using devices that you can zoom, right? But I try my best. There are 3 parts. Okay, there are 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 1 is called the interview. Right? Part 1 is called the interview. And for part 1, there's no mark. Part 1, there is no marks given. Part 1 is just a warm up. Okay, this is just a warm up. Before we start the part where we'll be giving you marks. Part 2 is individual long term. Okay, individual long term. What is it? I'll try my best to explain to you later on. Part 3, discussion. Okay, discussion. You did this in the last exam. Discussion. Okay, so what is part 1? Okay, part 1. Okay. You know, in your exam, your real exam, all right, there will be 2 teachers who's going to be there. All right, you're going to be doing this with a partner. All right, and the teachers as well. All right, there will be 2 of them. One is the person who's going to ask you questions. Alright? That will be your class teacher, your subject. Alright, your subject teacher. The other teacher is, according to Lembaga Peperiksaan, is going to be someone from other school. Okay? So each of us, the teacher and also the other teacher from other school, we have different roles, alright, in the speaking test. We both give scores to you, alright? We both will mark your speaking. Alright, so in part 1, questions will be given to you. Alright, we will give you questions. And the questions are very, very simple questions. Like, what's your name? Okay? Something like that. What's your name? What do you think about this? These are all random, general questions, just as warm-up. Okay, just as warm-up. So what candidates you should be able to do here, you need to be able to give information about yourself. Okay? You need to give information about yourself, your biodata, who you are, alright? Talking about present circumstances, maybe I'll ask you about COVID-19, alright? Things that are, all the general knowledge will come here. Alright? You need to express your opinion, very simple opinion here. Simple opinion. What do you think about this? Giving reason, alright? Everything can come together, alright? Talking about future plans, maybe I'll ask you about where would you go for your holiday, alright? Next year, if there's no more COVID-19. So you plan, okay, I will go here, I will go here, right? And also talk about your past experience, right? Past experience. Yes, Akili. Any question, Akili? I see you raising your hand.
No, sir, I
Tertekan.
Alright.
Sorry.
I think that's happened. I think the same thing happened in Teams, I guess. You're like tertekan. Alright, people. So that will be part 1 interview. It's only 3 to 4 minutes, right? So everyone will get, because there are 2 of you, alright? There will be 2 of you. So basically, the first person, second person, right? So each will get their chance, right? To answer. And this is individual, alright? Now, part 2, this is individual long term, okay? So what is it? Okay. Individual long term means, let's say we have candidate A, right? Candidate A, candidate A, candidate B. Alright? So what happened is, a set of questions will be given to candidate A. Alright, I will give candidate A, alright, this is your question. And in your question, alright, you can actually see, alright, you can actually see what your question is. I will give you a copy. You will see what your question is. And there will be bullet points to guide you on what to say or how to respond. There will be 4 bullet points, alright? Even the bullet point will say, you should talk about this, you should talk about this, you should explain about this, you should give reason about this. So that guides you. So I will give time for student A to look at your question and to look at the bullet points. And then it's going to be your turn to talk about or to respond to that question. Once you're done, okay, I will say, okay, thank you. I will ask candidate B questions related to the topic mentioned or the topic explained by candidate A. So when candidate A is presenting or is talking about his topic, candidate B must pay attention. Alright, candidate B must pay attention. So that's what it means here. Individual long-term task, 1 to 2 minutes. This is candidate A talking about his topic. And then we have listening candidate respond question, 20 to 30 seconds. So candidate B, you need to respond. I will give you a topic related to A just now. Now, once we're done with that, I will give you another set of topic just for candidate B. Alright, I give you the time, you present 1 to 2 minutes. When you are done, I will give random question to A. A will talk about topics given by B just now. Alright, so that's basically it. Don't worry, later we'll watch a video, alright, on how this whole process takes place, yeah? Okay, so that's basically it. So what we want you to talk about, basically giving reason, you need to justify your opinion, these are the things, you know, you need to justify your opinion, you need to describe, you need to do speculation, alright, you need to paraphrase words. So these are the skills. These are the skills that will come in your lesson, inshallah, alright. So this one here is part 2. Part 3, okay, this is the, you can say the most difficult part, alright, the most difficult part in the paper, part 3, discussion, alright, discussion. If you still remember the mind map that we showed you during your examination last semester, that comes under part 3, discussion, okay. Alright, now, discussion task, alright, in the form of mind map. So what you do, what you should do, candidates should do, alright, there will be, you know, a few stages here. The first one, alright, we will give you a topic that you need to talk to each other about 2 minutes, okay? We give it to you, you can have a look. Both of you can have a look at the mind map. So you look at the mind map, and then after that, I'll say, okay, you can start. When I say you can start, that means you need to start, alright? Both of you. So just like the one that you did in the examination, it's the same. Alright, so you talk, and after that I say, okay, thank you very much. And then comes the part where you need to, discuss and then come up with a decision. That will be the second stage, the second stage. So here, it doesn't matter if you can come up with a decision at the end of that particular part. If you cannot, it's okay. If you can, alright, it's okay too. Because for us teachers, we want to look at the quality of your language. When you want to negotiate, you know, when you want to nego answers, this is where we will look at it. Now, once we're done, okay, after this one, okay, this is the one that you have to decide. Candidates are given 1 further minute to answer the final joint question. Okay, we have joint question. So there are 3 parts in part 3. Alright? So once you have reached, okay, our decision is this point. Okay, done. And then the examiner will come up with another random questions related to the mind map. So here, everyone will have a chance to answer. So there are 3 parts. The one that we did in examination last semester was only part 1 and part 2. We didn't go for this one. Okay? So here, what you should be doing, right? You need to know how to negotiate, how to develop topics, how to take turn, right? You need to take turn. Give equal opportunity to your friend to speak. Do not dominate, right? Do not dominate. What is dominate, people? Dominate. What is dominate? Conquer. Thank you, Raja. Do not conquer the. Actually, we don't use the word conquer. Only in Malaysia we use it. Don't conquer the conversation. Do not dominate the conversation. Alright? Do not dominate the conversation. And you know, even though you're good in English, but when you dominate and you make your partner look bad, alright, your marks will be affected as well. Okay? Your marks will be affected as well. So try your best to, that's why for your speaking, alright, I'll come up with, maybe we'll continue with the list we had last semester, or I might need to come up with a new list, alright, a new list, and that will be a permanent list even for SPM, alright. So knowing who your partner is will actually help you to get to know your partner well. Okay, so these are the parts. Okay, these are the parts in speaking. Now, let's look at the marking. How we mark your paper. Now, this is the score, alright, given by assessor. Assessor is the one from other school, the teacher from the other school. Okay, we call him or her assessor. So he or she will give you scores from the lowest, which is band 0. Alright, band 0, and the highest is band 6. The highest is band 6. And you will be marked individually. I mean, in terms of grammar, okay, grammar is one part, vocabulary one part, communicative competent one part. Total score, if you get all correct, all everything good, okay, will be 18 out of 18. Alright? 18 out of 18, because the highest is band 6. Okay, band score, the score is 6. So how to get, how to get grammar 6, how to get vocabulary 6, how to get communicating competence 6, alright? Grammar is definitely going to be the priority in speaking, alright? Same goes with vocabulary. So for grammar, let's look at how you can score 6 and 5. Most of you are in the 4 or 5. MRSM students 4 to 5. Alright? So what is it? Look at grammar for score 6. Consistent. Alright? Your grammar is consistent. Errors are rare. You can't really find errors. Alright? Errors are difficult to spot. Good command of different grammar structure. Alright? When it comes to past tense, when you want to explain about past events, your experience, alright? You can use past tense. Good past tense. And then when you want to talk about the present, so you use present tense. So you can use different types of grammar structures. Alright? It's cohesive, you have connectors, so this all comes. Alright? Number 5 should be less than that a little bit. Alright, but still very okay. Vocabulary. Alright, for 6. Wide range. You have a lot of vocabularies that you can use. Alright? Abstract, complex. Alright? And then if you use the vocabulary, alright, when we hear it, it feels like, oh, okay, this is effective. You are using it the right way. So we understand the reason why you use that vocabulary. Some people, they want to impress the teachers. They want to impress examiners. So what they do, they will come up with vocabularies that are not suitable for the topic, just to impress. That one will bring your your marks down definitely. Okay, and then communicative competence, how you are able to take turn, all right? How you are able to respect other people, how you can develop your conversation. Okay, so it says here, initiate, maintain, develop, and close the conversation. So meaning from the beginning, I can see, oh, this is how you start your conversation, how it develops, and then how it ends. Okay, and then contribution skillfully, effectively. So this is the one, the turn taking. You give time for your friends. You help your friends. All right. If your friend is having problems, you help your friends. Oh, you were saying this? Did you mean this? You know, just try. So when I see that, it looks very natural. All right. The conversation is a natural conversation. This is not a debate. You're not going to debate with your friend. Okay, you're not going to debate. This is, conversation. So that would be the skill for assessors. Assessors will give that. For your teacher, if I'm the one conducting this speaking test, I will be called interlocutor. So interlocutor will give marks for overall spoken performance. So now comes another score. So total score for interlocutor is 6. Total score for interlocutor is 6. Total score for assessor, right? The other teacher from another school, 18. So 18 plus 6, 24. Right? So total marks is 24 for speaking paper. Right? So here, what I would do, I would be looking at everything in general. Right? Everything in general. Okay? I want to see whether you understand the question, the instruction. I give you an instruction, and then you're talking about something else. Everything will be affected. And then whether you can respond. First, you can understand, and then can you respond to the question? Right? How you respond it. Sometimes the topics can be abstract, right? That requires you to think. Some topics are very straightforward, all right? So I want to see how you respond to that. Maintain good interaction with your friends. Compensating for gaps in their own vocabulary. This is the one. You try to help your friends, right? In other words, you both build that conversation together. All right, you build that conversation together, right? And then I will look at your grammar, your vocab as well. So basically, that's what I will be looking at. And then at the end, I will combine my score with the one by the assessor. Okay. All right. We are done with this. I'm going to share with you. Okay, I'm going to share with you. Give me a moment, yeah. I'm going to share with you the, not to say module, just a handout for today. All right, just a handout for today. All right, give me a moment. I'll put it in the WhatsApp, your official WhatsApp, your official WhatsApp. Okay, go ahead, go check it out. It should be there. There's a 4-page handout. The loading page. Okay, should be there on the screen. Okay, try to download it if you can. This is an example of part 2. Okay, this is an example of speaking part 2. Okay, as you can see, all right. candidate A, candidate B, both will be given, both will be given topics. Okay, both will be given topics, and both topics are different. Both topics are different. Okay. So here, as you can see, all right, candidate A is going to talk about Environment Week. Okay, so this is the topic. If I want to break it into what they are, this is the main topic. That's the main topic, Environment Week. And then you have instruction. Describe the Environment Week. All right, this is the instruction. Describe the Environment Week organized by your school recently. So there are keywords in the instruction. Now, in speaking test, you will be given this. Don't worry, they will give you this. They will put it in front of you. All right, in front of you, both candidates. All right. They don't put candidate A, candidate B together. They will just give, okay, if they start with candidate A, they will give this one first. Alright, so you have the main topic, understand what the main topic is, and then you have instruction. Now, there are keywords in the instruction. There are keywords in the instruction that you need to know. You need to know. Describe. Okay? Describe the Environment Week organized by your school recently. All right. So for this one here, you will be given 1 or 2 minutes to not to prepare. You're not going to write anything. You're just going to look at this part here. All right, this part down here. The one with the bullet. There will always be 4 bullets. There will always be 4 bullets. So here, these are suggestions. These are suggestions on what to say. Now, even though it says suggestions, you need to use all. Alright, even though it's suggestion, it doesn't mean you can pick. Alright, or you can choose. No, use all. Alright, so use all. Why bother coming up with new points when the points are given here? Just use them. Right. Now, the problem about suggestion that some students might miss out, all right? For example, activities. As you can see, this is plural. So please remember, people, all right? Plural. Meaning you have to give how many activities? Yeah, put it in the chat room. How many activities should you give here?
2 or more.
2 or more. Okay, 2 or more. That more there, all right? Could be 3, could be 4, could be 5, could be 10. Okay, now you need to look at the time given to you. The time given to you to speak for this particular part. You are only given plus minus 2 minutes. Talking about the time limit, examiners, all right, we were told not to, we will give signs to you to show that your time is over. I mean, you have already used your 2 minutes. We will give signs like eye contact. We will look at you. All right? We will look at you, and you can see, oh my God, my time. All right? We will, don't be surprised if you're talking. You are talking, you have a lot of things to say, and you're still talking about point number 1 and point number 2, and it's already 2 minutes. Don't be surprised. Your teacher will just simply say, thank you. In the middle of you talking, your teacher will say, okay, thank you. Right? So when your teacher does that, don't tell your teacher, come on, sir, I have a few more to say. No. Okay? Once your teacher says, thank you, that's it. Right? Thank you. Then you need to stop talking. Even though you haven't touched the 3rd point or the 4th point. Okay, understood that? Alright. Don't worry. Alright, again, we would want to see how your language is. So if you've done good with point number 1, point number 2, alright, point 3, point 4, you didn't have the time to do it, alright, you will get higher marks when it comes to language. However, it will affect your organization and your time management because you didn't look at the time. Now, having what activities being held, plural, and then you answered 2 or more. For me, you need to be smart here. If it says activities, it should be more than 1, but try not having it more than 2. Okay? So, it should be minimum 2, maximum 2. I repeat, minimum 2, maximum 2. Unless in the suggestions, alright, Lembaga Peperiksaan put 3 activities, 4 activities, then you will have to go for 3 or 4. Alright, but I asked the same questions to this representative from Lembaga, and they said your suggestions are going to be general like this, only singular plural. They don't mention how many. Alright, so if that's the case for your exam, maximum 2, minimum 2. Go for that. Alright, especially when you involve numbers, yeah. So please focus on plural, singular, and then who's involved in the program. Alright, the people. You need to know what this WH question wants you to do. Alright, who talks about the people, why it was organized. This is where you write your reason. Alright, because when it says why, give out reasons. Reasons also the same. Here, it doesn't say how many reasons. Right? How many reasons. So, the rule of thumb is give maximum 2, minimum 2. Enough. Okay? Maximum 2, minimum 2. And then last one, did you enjoy yourself? This is more like your, the question is more on self-reflection, how you reflect yourself during the environment week. If you say yes, why? Give up one reason, enough, don't go more than that. If you did not enjoy yourself, why not? Give up one reason, enough. Remember, you only have 2 minutes. Okay, and then once we're done, okay, thank you, candidate A. Alright, thank you, candidate A. And then after that, now candidate B. Right, candidate B, and then your teacher will put this in front of candidate B. Right, and then I will say, okay, you have a few moments to look at your question. Okay, you look at the question, a sad friend. That's the main topic. This is the instruction. Alright. Here, your best friend just lost. This is quite long compared to the first one. The first one, this is very straightforward. Instruction, very straightforward. But here, instruction, a bit complicated because there is this part here. Alright, okay, this is main topic. Alright. Your best friend just lost blah blah blah. Okay, and then we have the second part, which is this one. Now, this is instruction. What about the one in green? This is situation. Alright. Now, sometimes question comes with situation. Meaning, before telling you what to do, they'll give up situation. Alright, they'll give up situation. So here, please pay attention. The situation should also be included. Alright, because it says here, your best friend just lost his or her father and felt miserable. Right? Not you feeling miserable, your friend feeling miserable. So you need to describe the advice that you're going to give. Alright? So again, right, what he or she can do to forget her sadness, give 2 ways, enough. Alright, even though it's not mentioned here. If you don't want to go for 2, go for 1. No problem. Alright, you're free to do it. Who he or she can seek for help at school? At school, okay, give out, counselor, enough. Alright? Because again, you might need to explain, you might need to elaborate. When you say, find counselor, why? You need to include in this bullet point as well. And then where he or she can go to have some fun. Give 1 place. Alright? Give 1 place. And then last one, why he or she needs to be happy. Give 1 reason. Enough. So everything's 1 here. 1, 1, 1, 1. Enough. Alright? If you feel like 2 minutes is too long for you to talk about all these 4 bullet points, the strategy that you can do is, alright, I always teach my students this. Slow down your pace. Slow down your pace. This is one strategy that you can do. Alright, how to slow down your pace when you are talking. Alright, make it slightly slower than your original speed of talking when you're talking, right? Some people, they are nervous. So when they are nervous, they speak faster. Alright, so this one, you need to slow down. Right, for example, who he or she can seek for help at school. And then you start with, well, in my opinion, comma, she can go and meet the teacher, for example, alright, the teacher, done. The comma here, alright, take your time. Well, see, that's already 2 or 3, I mean, that's already like 1 or 2 seconds of pause. Well, in my opinion, and I comma again, slow down your pace. In my opinion, she can go and meet the teacher at school. You can make it that way. It sounds like you're reading news, I mean, like you are reading the news. She can go and meet the teacher. Rather than, well, in my opinion, she can go and meet the teacher. Problems with this would come with people who are very good in English as well. Not just someone who are nervous, but someone who are good in English. I mean, when you're speaking English, you're good. Right? You feel like There's so many things you want to say. So at the end, you are able to finish all the 4 bullet points here before the time. Okay, that's not a problem actually. It's not a problem, but maintaining the how you manage the time, how you maintain your pace, all right, will help you at the end when it comes to speaking. So slow down your pace. All right, slow down a bit. Okay, so these are what you will come across, and I've already shared with you 2 things, right? 2 templates. The template that you can use to prepare and practice for part 2. Okay. And part 3, right? We have part 3 here. Any question, people, before we go to part 3? Yes, no? Can I move on? Can I make it very quick?
No, sir.
Okay,
No.
alright. Let's move on, yeah? Okay, let's move on. Now, for part 3, you can look at your handout. Okay. The question is, what exercises should students do to stay healthy? Now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points here. Now, this one here is not fixed, yeah? Sometimes they give 5, maybe they give 7. Okay? Whatever it is, you only have about 2 minutes to talk about this. So when you have 2 minutes to talk about this, don't worry. You don't need to mention everything. You just mention up to the point where you are able to mention it. Alright? So these are just simply, suggestions. These are suggestions, people. Suggestions. Right? Not necessarily, okay, candidate A, you take 3. Candidate B, okay, you take 3. Alright? Not necessarily. Maybe you're talking about this, candidate B talks about this, and then A talks about this, and then B talks about this, and then time's out. Alright? Again, we don't want to look at, remember this thing, I'm going to write it down here. Alright? Examiners don't look at task completion. Meaning, we don't really look at everything. It should be like, okay, if you are able to talk about all of these 6 points, you will get more marks. No. Right? We don't look at that. Because we know in 2 minutes, it's impossible for you to finish all of this. Having a lot of this will give you more option. Okay, will give you more option. Just imagine for part 3, you have the question, and then we only give you 2. We only give you 2 points, and we don't have this. We only give you 2 points. That's going to be a problem to candidates because they don't have a lot of options. Okay? And we don't put numbers. We don't put number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. We don't put numbers. So you can start with this one first. Alright? Candidate A starts with this one. Candidate B goes with swimming. Candidate C goes with, B goes to cycling. So you can go anywhere you want. Okay? You can even talk about the same point, no problem at all. Right? You talk about tennis, and then you also talk about playing tennis. And then after that, move to swimming. So it doesn't have a fixed, formula. Alright? Okay, sorry people, a little bit of interruption from my daughter. Alright, so this is part 3. Okay, part 3, you have about 2 minutes. You've had the experience on how to do it. I have already given you the template as well for you to use to practice your speaking for part 3. To use for speaking part 3. So there are a few phrases that you can use. all right, to agree, to disagree, all right, and this is not the complete list, all right, meaning there are other phrases or words that you can use, all right, there are other phrases and words that you can use, all right, okay, all right, now comes the speaking part. All right. I may not be able to listen to all of you. All right. I'm not able to listen to all of you speaking. So I've chosen a few students to do the task and have the speaking live, so that the rest of you can watch. Okay. And let me see. We are going to use your workbook, all right, for these people who I'm going to reveal the names later on. What I want to do, if it's you who's going to speak later, I want you to turn on your camera, all right, so that everybody can see. So for these people, if you're able to turn on your camera, that would be great, so that everybody can see. If not possible, then at least your microphone. All right, you can use your microphone, and I believe these people, they can. All right, so we're going to use your workbook, and these are the people who are going to, all right, have their turn live in front of, and then maybe I'll give you comments, yeah. Okay, I've selected 5 pairs. All right, now please everybody turn to page. All right, let's look at Najah and Shasha. Najah and Shasha, I hope you are in the class. You will be looking at page 74. Page 74, okay, that's going to be your page, all right? Now, you can have a look, but I don't want you to write anything, okay? Let's try to have it as authentic, as real as possible, like the real one. So Najah and Sasha will be doing page 74, right? Candidate A, school event. Candidate B, dream vacation. Now, for the second the second pair, Amirul Hakimi and Rizina, all right, both from 502. Your practice will be practice 2, page 75, the next page, yeah? Okay, so we're gonna have your favorite movie for candidate A, all right, candidate B will be your favorite dessert. Now, who's going to be candidate A and candidate B? Candidate A will be the one whose name appear first on the screen. So Najah, candidate A, Sasha, candidate B, Kimi, candidate A, Izrina, candidate B. Now, moving on to 503, Wajihah and Ulia. Yours will be practice 2. Alright, part 3. It's part 3, yeah, page 82. So this one is part 3, alright. Alright, and then practice, and then Shakira and Siti Aisha, 504. Practice 3, part 3, page 83. You can refer to the pages, yeah. And the last group, alright, 505, Izam and also Anfan Hazik. Yours will be page 85. Okay, yours will be page 85. Okay, I will give everyone, you know, a moment to breathe. Alright, let's just give yourself a break for 2 minutes. Alright, while these people, alright, while these people are trying their best to speak later on, I'm asking all these students, alright, the students who's going to speak, do you have any problems with your microphone and your camera? Please respond in the chat room. Please respond in the chat room. Yes, no? Okay, yours is no. Afan, what about you, Afan? You have problems with microphone or camera? Which one? Oh my goodness. And then I will have to find another person. Who would like to join Izam as his partner? The rest of you should be okay. Najah, Shasha should be okay. Kimi, are you there, Kimi? Please respond,
sir.
Kimi. Izrina? Kimi, you okay? Your microphone?
Yeah.
Alright. Camera 2, I would like to see your face. Izrina? Izrina, you okay there?
Yes.
Okay, camera 2, yeah?
Yes.
Ulia says okay. Wajihah? Jihah, you okay? Is she in the class? Okay, right, good. Your microphone is okay, yes? Wajihah, very good. Shakira, and also Siti Aisyah Hassan. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And also Izam, who would it be?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to bring someone with you? Izam, suggest a name.
I don't have any suggestion.
You don't have any suggestions? Okay, I'm going to suggest you. Hana? You're going to be Izam's partner today? Yes?
Yeah.
Please respond.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. So let's begin at 12. We'll start at 12. All right. And I will also share with you a video link to YouTube. It's quite long. You can watch this when you have the time. All right, later, or maybe when we're done with all the groups here, all right, presenting. All right, we'll start in 2 minutes. All right, we'll start in 2 minutes, and I will share the link with you. Just give me a moment. Yeah, before that, I would like to ask you, 505, you're still in the Telegram group, yes?
Yeah.
Are you still in the
Yes,
Telegram
madam. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
group? Okay, right. Okay, do not leave your Telegram group. Those who are not in the Telegram group, please bring them in. Because I'll be sharing materials in the, in the Telegram group, modules and everything. There's so many things that I need to give it to you. Cannot give it through WhatsApp because it compresses the files and everything. So please don't leave your Telegram. Right? I'm going to leave your Telegram. Right, I'm going to share with you the link. It should be. Alright, it should be there in your WhatsApp official group, your official WhatsApp group. We can watch that later. Alright, you can watch that later. So those who are going to present, alright, we'll see. Alright, we'll see how they perform. Maybe we can learn 1 or 2 things from them. Alright. I may stop you, alright? I may stop you earlier than 2 minutes. Because I'm looking at, I'm estimating the time. So I might leave, I might stop you. If I stop you, okay, don't feel bad about it. Alright, just stop. Okay, just stop, and then we'll move on to the next person. And talking about stopping, like I said, for examiners, we can only have eye contact. Alright, I can look at you, and I can show to you with my eyes that you need to stop. I don't know how you're going to translate my eye say stop, all right? But that's how it is. And also by saying thank you. So I will say thank you. Suddenly, thank you. All right, I will interrupt your speaking. Thank you. We cannot say, okay, stop. I cannot use the word stop. That's the problem. All right, examiners, we're not allowed to use the word stop. Stop. That's it. Hey, enough. We don't say that. All right. We don't even call names. Like you're talking, like, hey, stop it, stop. We can't even use this, you know, because this whole thing will make you nervous. So we just say thank you. All right, thank you, or just looking at you. All right, just looking at you. You know that it's time to stop. Okay, it's already 12:01. Let's have the first presentation from Najah and also Shasha. All right, page 74. Are you ready? Candidate A, Najah. Are you ready, Najah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Can you turn on your camera, Najah? Is it possible for that? I know some of you are looking at my wallpaper, my background. Don't worry, they're not coming in. Okay, can I use my... all right. Najah, how's your camera, Najah? Is it on? Is it possible, Najah, to turn on your camera, or we'll start? Okay, very good. Sasha, please get ready, yeah? Okay, so I'm giving you your booklet, right? Just imagine, okay, this is your booklet, okay? So you have a moment, okay, you have done that. Okay, now please talk about your topic. Okay, go ahead, Najah. I hope the internet is good. If not, we have to skip, all right? Okay, yes, Najah.
I'm going to start right away because I'm going to start right away, right now.
Yes, go ahead, yes.
Okay. So back when I was Form 3, which is 2 years ago, I went to a robotic competition at Kuala Lumpur with a few of my batchmates here, and I was in charge of making the robots, especially the tires, and I also compete in the competition, but I had lost, though I support my other teammates to win the competition. And we also had a bit of fun with our teacher. We went to a few malls to celebrate some of the win, and I enjoyed myself there as well as the others because.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, I'm going to comment straight away, yeah, so that I don't miss out. Najah, I like the pace, and if you're able to do this kind of pace, that would be great. All right. When I say slow down the pace, Najah's pace is good. Najah's pace is good. Not too fast, not too slow. All right. Some people, they want to slow down their pace for certain words. All right. Certain words. When you're talking, right? You talk da 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 da, and then suddenly comes this one word that you want to highlight. All right. Let's say, for example, benefit. If you look at page 74, benefit. So we had a lot of things, and the benefit of you slow down. So it goes fast and then slow. All right. So you can have it that way as well, rather than having everything slow, right? Because you don't want it to sound like you are having problems with your ability to speak. All right, but I enjoy myself. Okay, all right, but that Naja's piece is good. Right, thank you, Naja. All right, comments. All right, on that first, Shasha, can it be? Are you ready, Shasha?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. If you are able to turn on. Okay, right, good. Yes, your time starts now.
Okay. If I ever get the chance to go on a vacation, I would love to go to Thailand because there's a lot of activities that I can do in Thailand, such as snorkeling and eating their traditional foods and going to the night markets. And if I ever get the chance to go there, I would love to go with my friends and experience what they have in Thailand together with my friends. And if I ever get the chance to go there a second time, I would take the chance, but I wouldn't go to the same place. For example, if I got the chance to go to Krabi the first time, then the second time, I would love to go to somewhere else like Patani to gain new experience instead of experiencing the same experience.
Okay, thank you, Sasha. All right, good. It's very smooth. All right, it's smooth, and it has answered all the bullet points. All right, Sasha. And the thing about Najah and you, all right, so far, you are able to move from point 1 to point 2 smoothly. So it doesn't feel like I'm listening to you answering questions. All right. Don't be surprised. Most of you during, when if let's say I were to have you like this, all right, you will sound like you are answering the questions. Meaning, for example, where the vacation spot is. So you will say, the vacation spot is blah blah blah, and then you will look at the question, the second question. What you wish to do there? I wish to blah 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 blah. So it will sound like answering questions rather than a smooth, a smooth conversation. So you did great, Sasha. All right, Najah, we could see that. I could see that. All right, that is flows smoothly. So the rest of you, if you're coming to part 2, try not to make it sound like you are answering the questions. All right. So those are suggestions. Those are not questions. Those are suggestions. Meaning you're not answering those as you are answering questions, but you are answering those as if it's a part of your speaking. All right, it's a part of your speaking. So here, I've seen some candidates. They would read the question. When they want to respond, they will read the question. All right. So when the examiner says, "Okay, talk about your dream vacation," so this candidate will say, where the vacation spot is. The vacation spot is. Don't mention the question. All right. Don't mention the question. All right. And then you go to the second one, and the second question is what you wish to do there. For me, no need. You don't need to do that. All right. Make it smooth. All right. And it flows. All right. Thank you, Najah and Sasha. We move on to Kimi and also Izrina. Kimi, candidate A. Kimi?
Yes.
Okay. Turn on your camera, Kimi.
Okay.
Very good. All right. This is page 75. Your favorite movie. Okay. Kimi, your time starts now.
So my favorite movie of all time is actually Fast and Furious 7. Yeah. I love it because it's very iconic. There's so much quotes in that movie. So In the movie, I like the Dom Toretto and Paul Walker. Actually, Paul Walker at the last movie Paul Walker is in was Fast and Furious 7, so it's kind of sad. The lessons I found in the movie are that there's nothing better than family. Yeah, we should appreciate our family more. So movies are very important to society because they some movies have good lessons that can teach the society, so we can be better than before. And like kids movies, they actually can teach kids about lots of things like friendship and all of that. So yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, for Kimi, when you look at the suggestions, yeah, people, when you look at the suggestions, okay, there are words in the suggestions like title of the movie, all right, what you like, the word like, and then the third point, lessons, okay, lessons, and then the last point, society. Okay, now you can mention these words when you are presenting, all right, but it would be better. I'm not saying that you cannot mention the words, the keywords here. These are keywords, yeah, the keywords in the suggestions. But it would be better if you can come up with something else that means the same with those keywords. For example, everybody look at page 75, all right, for candidate A. The third point, for example, the lessons found in the movie. Lessons found in the movie, when you want to talk about that point, don't use the word lesson. You can change it a little bit. You can say what we can learn from the movie. So you use the word learn rather than the lessons we can get from the movie. So try avoiding using lesson, because if you use all the points, all the keywords in the suggestion, that's where it's going to sound like you are answering the question. Okay? So if you want to make it flow smoothly, all right, you need to go for, for example, the second point, what you like about the movie. Rather than saying, I like the movie because, you can say that what I find interesting about the movie, all right, or what makes my heart melts watching the movie. So when you have those words, it shows that you like it. All right, you like it. Rather than what I like about the movie, all right, what makes me feel happy watching the movie, right? What makes me feel sad? What makes, also these are the things that you need to use in order for you to avoid. I'm not saying you can not use, you can use, no problem. Because anything can happen when you're speaking. Anything can happen, right? But when it comes to try, if you cannot use that for all the points, maybe one or two, you change the keywords a little bit, all right? But make sure the meaning is the same. All right, thank you. Moving on to Izrina. Izrina?
Yes.
All right, Izrina, your time starts now. Go ahead.
Whenever anyone asks me for a recommendation of dessert, I would always say bread pudding with custard sauce. This dessert is made of bread, condensed milk, and custard. When you eat this dessert, it is really sweet and tasty, so it's hard to forget the taste of the dessert. Whenever I feel like eating it, my mom would usually cook it for me every time. This is why I would recommend anyone bread pudding.
All right, thank you. Izvina? Thank you, Izvina. All right. Okay, like I said, that right, recommendation is not there. However, if you have all right different ideas or different points to say, you can include them. Right. After all, these are suggestions. If you have covered all the 4 suggestions and you still have enough time, then if you want to insert, you want to include something else, just for you to make sure that you keep to that time limit, go ahead. These are suggestions. Use all of them. If you have extra time, use extra point on your own. No problem at all. Okay? No problem at all. Okay. Let's see more, and then after that, maybe I'll write up. Yeah. It's already 12:16. Let's move on to the third partner, Wajihah and Ulia. Wajihah, are you ready, Wajihah? And Ulia, this one here, both of you have to talk. Yeah. So I need both of you to turn on your camera if possible.
So,
Yes.
I not turn on my camera because I'm afraid my connection will be disturbed.
Okay. All right, never mind. As long as you have your voice. Ulia, what about you?
I'm fine.
Okay, go ahead, Ulia. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna start. All right. Wait, the set. Yours is page 82. Page 82, and the topic is what are the effects of global warming? All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
So we are going to discuss about the effects of global warming. In my opinion, a rise in sea levels is one of the effects of global warming because nowadays I always hear news about glacier melting affecting small islands. What do you think, Wajah?
I love your idea. Yeah. In my opinion, the other effect of global warming is the loss of fresh water. As we know, water is one of the most essential element in our life, right? We also know that majority of us have lack access in clean water. So can we imagine what life would be like if we don't have access of clean water?
I couldn't agree more with you. If you ask me, yes, loss of fresh water is one of the bad effects of global warming. Moreover, habitat destruction is also one of the effects of global warming. It is probably due to the extreme temperature that cause fire, like the fire in Amazon region in 2019. Don't you think so?
Yes. For me, the other effect is crop failure. It's because of the global warming, maybe because of the high temperature of the surrounding that makes the crop cannot grow naturally.
All right, thank you. All right, that is the first part. We're going to move on to the second part of question 3. I want both of you to come up with a decision. Right, please decide which is the worst effect of global warming. Go ahead.
Can we start now?
Yes, you can start now.
So based on the justifications just now, I think rise in sea levels is the worst effects of global warming.
Yes, I agree with Ulia because rise in sea level can cause many bad effects such as flood. And Ulia, do you have any suggestion? I mean, the bad effect
and the environment about the rise in sea level?
Yes, I could see that a lot of small islands or small cities like Singapore, they slowly some of the region is flooded with the seawater. It seems like we both agree that rise in sea levels are the worst effect of global warming.
All right, thank you. That is the end of part 2. Normally, I don't say the end of part 2, but after you have made up your decision, you have come up with a decision. Now comes the third part, which is a general question, all right, related to the topic. So this is going to be given to both of you, all right? So maybe Wajiha can start first, and after that, Ulia. So this is the question, all right? Do you think humans can survive another million years of global warming? Yes, Wajiha?
Sorry, sir, can you repeat the question?
Do you think humans can survive another million years of global warming?
For me, I don't think people can survive because as we can see now, there is such many bad effects of the global warming. So people might suffer a lot of bad effect if the global warming is keep going.
Okay, thank you. Ulia?
I think we can survive if people are aware of this global issue, and as everyone know, a lot of scientists or innovations are being made to improve the environment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ulia. All right. So maybe we'll listen to for the next, we'll listen to the next group first, all right? And then after that, I'm making notes here a little bit, right? For this particular group, right? Now, moving on to Shakira and Siti Aisha. Shakira and Siti Aisha, how to improve school discipline. Can I have both of you? Okay, Siti Aisha is there. All right. Laughing for no reason. I don't know why. Maybe she's going to share that with us. And also Shakira. Shakira, you there? Because you're Shakira, you there? Yes?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Are you turning on your camera? No.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, very good. All right, now your time starts now.
So we are going to discuss about how to improve school disciplines. In my opinion, counseling problematic students is one of the best way to improve the school discipline. Because instead straightforwardly scolding them. How about you, Shakira?
I agree with you. As for me, the point that you say is because they may have some psychological issue. They may have their own reason since it can be a turning point for them to be better. Okay, other than that, how to improve school discipline is to give warnings to students for breaking the rules. This is because warnings that given to the student might can be better for the students. Don't you think so, Siti Aisha?
Yes, I could agree more with you, and I would like to add some point with your opinion, which is if the school have a stricter rules, the student will will stop doing so many naughty things because the school is not lenient towards their behavior. So, don't you think
Siti lag ke? I'm sorry, I'm making. Okay. I can see your point.
Okay, thank you.
How about
Thank you.
giving
Shakira.
so?
Thank you. All right. All right. Now,
So I
please
think I'm
decide
making-
together. It's okay. Never mind. I just want to check out. It's okay. Just let's move on to the decision part. All right, the decision part. Okay. So please decide which is the best method to improve school discipline. It's there on the book. All right. On page 83. The second one. Decide which is the best method to improve school discipline. Go ahead.
Sir, can you repeat? I'm a bit lagging.
Look at page
Yeah,
83.
I don't know. Aisha lady or me.
Both of you actually. It's okay. Page 83.
I can
83.
hear
Astaghfirullahaladzim. Wait. Page 83. Okay, check the. Yes. Okay. Page 83. Question 2. Question 2. Okay, should be there. In. Okay.
Can we say those, sir, before my factory? Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. In my opinion, the best way to improve school discipline is to give them punishments, because I think if there are punishments, that will definitely prevent it from something that broke the rules. So are we in the same page, Shakira?
Yes, I am on the same page with you. I am definitely agree with you. By giving punishments, they know what they did wrong, so they can do better in school. Yeah, I am definitely agree with you.
Okay, thank you. It's lagging. Thank you. All right, maybe we'll skip the third question because it's so lagging. We'll move on to Izam and also Hana. Izam and Hana. Okay, we have Izam and also Hana. Go ahead. Oh, okay, very good. All right, so yours is page 85. Page 85, what are ways to save money? All right, you can start now. Go ahead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And today we are going to discuss about the best ways to save money. So based on my investigation and inspection, I find out that one of the best way is to set up goal. For example, you can set up goal to buy a car or a house. So then you can start saving money. How about you, Hannah?
I think we can save our money by know our priorities, such as we can prioritize our grocery than our accessories. This will allow you to cut our life costs, such as we can save our money for our future, for our children fees, like that. What do you think more, Ezra?
So I'm gonna relate to your point. So as for your point about no priorities, we also need to have a budget so that we can plan ahead and buy enough things for us and save more money. How about you?
Furthermore, we can record our expenses, such as we can keep our bill and our receipt from our grocery shopping. By that, we can know what we need to reduce and what we need to buy every day. By we doing this way, we can
Thank
avoid
you.
from
Thank
having
you.
negative flow.
Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. All right, moving on to the next one. Now, please decide on which is the best way to save money. Go ahead.
I think the best way to save money is by know our priorities. I choose that way because if we prior what we need, we can save more money and we can reduce our waste. How about you, Izam?
As for me, I go with have a budget so that we can actually know what we are buying and what we should not buy. And that way we can save more money.
Okay, I think.
Right, thank you. Okay, the last question, yeah, the last question. This is for both of you. Do you think money management should be taught in schools? Go ahead.
As for me, I think money management is important to students, especially to our brothers and sisters, because we know that they want to buy chocolate, candy. So if they want to buy that, they need to save their own money so that they can buy their own stuff. So I think money management should be taught in the school.
Yes,
as for me, I agree that money management should be taught in schools. This is because if the school teaches the younger students since they are very young about money management, they actually can get used to it and then start planning ahead for their future.
Okay, thank you, Zam. Right, thank you. Wow, we are able to cover everything, and let's wrap up. All right, there are a few things that I need to highlight. Number one, all right, from the 5 presentations, yeah, especially part 3. For part 3, since you're going to take turn talking, so decide who's going to start first. All right, because we don't know who's going to start first. So this can be planned before the exam. So decide who's going to talk first. That will be number 1. Who's going to start when you are deciding between both of you? I try not to have it sound like you're still arguing, you know. So you need to decide who's going to back down, meaning who's going to accept. I accept defeat, meaning, oh yes, I think I agree with you. Okay, that person, you need to decide on that as well, so that everything will be smooth towards making the decision. All right, towards making the decision. These are all the things that you can plan before the exam. Right, that will be number 1. Number 2, when you are starting your exam, you're starting your, yes, Aida, any question? Oh, okay, thank you. All right, the second one is when you are introducing, okay, not introducing. It's like when you start your part 3, your discussion, you don't need to say, today we're going to talk about global warming. You don't need to say that. No such introduction, right? And try not to have introduction like, hey, hi, how are you, Izam? Hi, Hannah, how are you? No, we don't want that. All right, go straight with global warming. All right, you can come up with a statement. Global warming, all right, if you're doing global warming, you look at page 82. Global warming is a real issue nowadays. You start with that. Or global warming is a problem come up with a statement, but do not come up with, today we're going to talk about this. Right? Today we're going to discuss about this. No, do not come up with that introduction.